talking on content research for web and keyword research today. The class is going to be as concise as possible. I won't try to drag anything. We'll go straight to the points. And we might finish in about 30 minutes, thereabouts, or maybe less than 30 minutes, but definitely not going to be a very short class. So, what is um, what is content? What is keyword? We start with keyword research first. So I'll be using slides, and probably next week we'll delve into more practical sections now because I just want you to get the nitty gritty of what I'll be teaching first before I start telling you how to use the tools. Basically, when you start driving, really, you just don't go into practicals. You have to know the theory first. How the gear works, what is the gear, what is the steering, which one is the pedals for brakes and stuff like that. So that is why I prefer to go into the theoretical first before we know the tools to use for this. So as I said, this class is going to be as concise, short, and detailed as possible, and I'm not going to waste your time. So keyword research. So what is keyword research? So I would start with the second line. It says this is the process that this is the process that helps in achieving a desired result related to SEO or general marketing. Keyword research can uncover queries to target the popularities of these queries, their ranking difficulties, and more. So basically, when you talk about keyword research, it is a very, it is what digital marketers use to um, uncover queries, for specific search terms or topics. So we would go now to why keyword research is actually very important. By conducting keyword research, you can figure out the best keyword to go for and get an idea of what target audience is exactly searching for on Google. So utilizing the strategy can have a significant impact on online marketing tactics. The research you conduct by looking into actual terms, search terms, can help guide the contents and any larger marketing plans you create. So instead of communicating content that we want to share, our focus should be creating content that people are interested in exploring. In other words, we should think about audience need and concentrate on delivering according to their interest. Now, when you do keyword research, when you write contents, one thing you have to place in mind is what are number one, you have to know your audience and you have to know what your audience wants. Basically, you can't just write any topic without having a content buyer for it, having people who actually are searching for this content. You can't just say, you know what, today I'm just going to write about this topic, and you just go about writing about the topic without doing your research very well. So you've got to place in mind, before creating your content, what are your audience interested in before you actually start writing. That is why keyword research is actually very important. Now, I'm not saying that if you just wake up today and just want to write about any topic, it doesn't mean you're not going to get search traffic. You will get search traffic. But the purpose of actually doing this keyword research is to get the maximum volume of traffic to your site. Now, you don't just want to get traffic and say you're getting 10 volume or 10 traffic a month, whereby the opportunities to get, you know, 1,000 traffic a month. The same effort you're going to put into writing a keyword, no, a topic that fetches you 10 10 searches a month is the same effort you would actually put into something that might fetch you actually 1,000 a month. So why not just do the keyword research and just get it right from the onset? So basically, you have to know what your audience wants before you actually start writing. So that is why the keyword research is actually very, 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 very important phase of content marketing, and actually, and sorry, of content marketing and content writing. So without keyword research, is like you're missing the foundation of content writing. So if you're a content marketer, you're a content producer, you have to do your keyword research. Either you're writing for web, either you're doing video for YouTube, you have to do your research first. You have to do your keyword research. So that is how keyword is actually a very, very important phase of content writing. So now we move to the second slide. So conducting keyword research has many benefits. The most popular reason being, I'm going to share 3 reasons why you would need to conduct keyword research. Now, marketing trend. Insight conducting effective keyword research can provide you with insights into current market trends and help you center your content on relevant topics and keyword your audience is in search of. So this marketing trend also has something to do with probably you're a seller online. You want to know which of the products that moves very well. You have to do your keyword research. Now, probably let's say you're selling brands of phone, and you feel that, oh, you can't just go into the market and say, you know what, probably it's iPhone you would buy today. The next day you might think, oh, it's Samsung, without actually understanding your demographics, without understanding what your audience wants. So the same applies to keyword research in marketing trends. So if you want to understand the market trends, you have to place your keyword research as a topmost priority, making use of relevant topic as well. And the second one says for traffic growth. When you identify the best befitting keywords for content you publish, the higher you would rank in search engine results, the more traffic you would attract to your website. So basically, it says that once you identify the befitting keyword, as I said in my first time when we are talking about what keyword research is, I was talking about the more effort you put into your keyword research and you get a lesser traffic, it's almost synonymous to the same effort you put in getting an higher traffic as well. So it's better to identify the befitting keywords to the content you'll be writing to actually give you a traffic growth. And what we're actually looking for is traffic growth. We want growth on our website. We want to have AdSense. We want to, we want people, our reach for the website to be we want to have a wider reach, for our website, and that is why we need keyword research for traffic growth as well. So the third one is customer acquisition. Now, the customer acquisition is if your business has content that other business professionals are looking for, you can meet their needs and provide them with a call to action that will lead them into a buyer's journey from the awareness stage to the point of purchase. By researching keywords for their popularity, search volumes, and general intent, I'll discuss search volumes and general intent later, you can tackle the questions that most people in your audience want. So probably you, as I said in the first one as well, if you're into e-commerce, you want to provide content on your website. That is why it's very relevant if you're into commerce for your website to have sort of a blog, because you want to take your customers through a customer journey. You want them to know what they're buying, how it can probably affect their life, or probably how it's important to their life, before they can actually make a purchase, before you drive them, on that customer journey or a buyer's journey to make that purchase you want. So by researching keywords for their popularity, search volumes, and general intent, you tackle the question most people in the audience want to hear. So just basically by writing blogs alone, you might have answered lots of questions, that most people who visit your website want to inquire about. And sometimes that is why you see blogs are having frequently asked questions. The frequently asked questions are actually targeted using keyword research as well, because they know that these are the questions their buyers want to ask. So now, if you want to buy something, they know the exact questions that their buyers might want to inquire about. So that is why they tend to load their webs, their frequently asked questions with keywords that people would normally ask. So on the next slide, we move to how to research keywords for your SEO. Generating, so we have about 3 steps as well here. So generating a list of relevant and important topic based on your business knowledge is a great idea. To get started, brainstorm the subject area you hope to be most visible in, and make those the core elements of your list. When creating an SEO plan, it is beneficial to set up 5 to 10 main topics that are integral to your business. With this in mind, you will then be able to create more specific keywords that relate to the topic. If you are used to blogging regularly, then you should be more frequent than the most frequent subjects about which your post. So I would try to explain that really, So basically, what this paragraph is saying is that before you delve into any topic, you have to actually create an SEO plan. So you have to write topics that are very integral to your business. How can you write these topics that are very integral to your business? It's just by doing the keyword research as well. So let's say you're selling a marketing software now. Selling marketing software can often cover broad topics such as inbound marketing, blogging, email marketing, lead generation, SEOs, social media marketing, and analytics. Moreover, the software also has some extreme helpful SEO tools to help you grow your business. So let's say you want to delve into let's say you want to delve into marketing software. Basically, you want to go into the area of probably, let's say, SaaS, like software as a service or something like that. I think everyone knows what SaaS is about. So you have to pick out keywords that are relevant to your marketing software companies. Now, based on that, let's say probably you want to set up a digital marketing company. Now, under this digital marketing company, you would want to know what aspects you can deal with, or what aspects how will I put it now? What other aspects you can actually sell as a service to your customers. So we can actually know that by doing the keyword research. So let's say it's digital marketing now. So you can easily talk about your inbound marketing. You can talk about blogging. You can talk about email marketing. You can talk about lead generation. You can talk about SEOs. You can talk about social media marketing. And probably one of the terms we actually related with, I bet we've been talking about Forex, or probably you guys came to this event through the Forex class. So let's say it's Forex now you want to be talking about, and you really want to write a blog about Forex. Now, what you want to write about now, you have to pick specific search terms that are related to Forex that people actually search for very well. Probably it's just making use of some, what do you call it now? Some indicators. So now you can actually pick some indicators that you feel that you are very proficient in and you're proficient in to write about, or probably some indicators whereby you want to develop into EAs and start writing about all this. So the same thing applies to what we're talking about, marketing softwares. You have to, selling marketing software can often cover broad search terms as inbound marketing, blogging, email marketing, lead generation, SEOs, and social media marketing and analytics. So the next slide says, as an example, step 2, fill in those topic buckets with keywords. Now we've searched on, we've talked about software marketing, and we've picked the topics we want to be writing about, which involves lead generation, which involves inbound marketing, which involves blogging, and which involves email marketing. So the next phase, after we've done the research for our keywords to use for these SEO strategies, is to fill these keywords, is to fill them with phrases, and this is where we come to step 2 now. As an example, if I was targeting marketing automation for a company that provides inbound marketing software, I did brainstorm some keyword phrases people might search related to this topic. So let's say we want to talk about marketing software now. We can talk about marketing software tools, or probably how to use marketing automation softwares, or probably what is marketing automation. So why I actually pick up this phrase is just because these are phrases people search for, and it's normally in between more than 2 to probably 4 keywords, 4 phrases. So how can we know what people are searching for? We would get there later. That is where I will be making use of our tools, and I'm going to show you some of the tools we actually make use of. As I said, this is just a bit of theoretical aspect, just for us to understand how what keyword research is. So we'll be filling those keywords with phrases. Now, let's say we're talking about Forex, and the things we're talking about is indicators. Let's say we just pick one indicator. Let's say we're talking about, let's say the 20 EMA. I don't know if anybody understands Forex here, but since we all came in through the Forex class, that's why I'm just using Forex as an example. So we can just say how to use the 20 EMA. So it's just attaching phrases to the keywords we actually pick. So I'm going to use these ones as an example now. Let's say lead generation now. So lead generation is a keyword we're using under the marketing software. So we can just say lead generation in probably 2021, or lead generation for newbies. So it's just adding phrases to the keyword to understand what people are actually searching for. That is what the step 2 is talking about. So we fill in those topic buckets with keywords. Then the step 3, research related keyword search term. This is a creative step you may have already thought of when doing keyword research. If not, it is a great way to fill out those lists. If you are struggling to think of more keywords people might be searching about a specific topic, take a look at related keyword search terms that appear when you plug a keyword into Google. I'm going to show you how this works as well. So when you type in your phrase word and scroll to the bottom of Google results, you will notice some suggestions for searches related to original inputs. these keywords can spark ideas for other keywords you might want to consider. So in essence, this is what I'm talking about, right? So let's say we're still talking about market automation softwares now. So what we are, and we want to write something about marketing automation softwares, and probably we don't know what to write about, and probably we just have a writer's blank. We actually just short of topics to write about. So the best thing we can do is actually go to Google and type in how to use marketing automation softwares. And this is where the search related to how you can see it's search related to how to use marketing automation software. So these are search related terms. So this is basically what others people who come to Google are searching for. So you can see people are searching for how to use market automation software for beginners, how to use marketing automation software for small businesses. So you can just keep on writing about all this on your blog space, and you'll definitely drive traffic to your website. So that is what the the step 3 is talking about. Research related keyword search terms. That is what it's talking about. So now we want to know what makes up the elements of keyword research. There are 3 main elements to pay attention to when conducting keyword research. Now we have to pay attention to its relevance, we have to pay attention to its authority, and we have to pay attention to its volume. Now, all this is going to make sense when we start using the tool, and you might understand better, why I'm just talking about this right now, and probably might say, oh, this is what we talked about then, this is what we talked about then. But just, take it as it is now. Once we start, making use of the tool, you would understand it better. So the element of keywords contains the relevance, the authority, and the volume. So these are the 3 major elements we need to pay attention to. Now, there are more elements we need to pay attention to, but these are the 3 major ones to pay attention to. But the more we use the keyword, the more we'd actually broaden our scope as well. But for now, we'll just be putting our attention on these 3 elements. So what if we talk about relevance? So keyword rank relevance mean actually Google ranks content to relevance. This is where the content of search intent comes in. Your content will only rank for a keyword if it meets searchers' need. In addition, your content must be best resource out there for query. After all, why would Google rank your content higher if it provides less value than other content that exists on the web? And that is true. If your content is not relevant, Google would never rank you, And Google, actually, the way Google algorithm works now is like it's always changing. It's always changing. So you have to provide relevance. That means you have to search for, you have to write something people are in their need of, what people are actually searching for. That is when Google would actually start crawling your website to page 1 or probably page 2, page 3. But in as much as you're just filling your website with rubbish, with jargons, and you're plagiarizing, Google knows, because Google has got AI to actually detect all these things. And how do you write relevant search term? It's through your keywords as well. So you've got to understand what people are searching for. And once you understand what people are searching for, you actually start giving your article, the adequate depth it actually needs, so that Google would actually be able to rank your website and give it much relevance. It's actually more relevant that it needs, so it could actually be ranked on Google. So if you just keep on writing and you say, oh, my website is not ranking, probably number one thing, probably your website is actually not relevant. Maybe you're not just writing what people want. Maybe you're not just putting the relevant keywords. You're not just using the keywords that people search for. So for Google to rank your website must be relevant. And how can your website be relevant as well? You can't just write something and feel, in the next probably 1 month, Google would actually crawl your website and becomes number one or two. It takes time as well. Relevance, um, writing is just like fine wine. The more you write, the more it stays on web and the more people search for it, the older the content gets, the more Google will start crawling your website and putting your website like into pages one or pages two, or probably first three pages. So that is why relevance, that is why, when we write, we need to put so much effort in knowing what keywords, what search term to use. And once we get what search term to use, we actually do the adequate research to give our website the much relevance it actually needs. So the second thing is authority. Google would provide more weight to sources it deems authoritative. This means you must do all you can to become an authoritative source by enriching your website with helpful information. So authority, Google would provide more weight to sources it deems authoritative. This means you must do all you can to become an authoritative source by enriching your site with helpful information content and promoting that content to earn social signals and backlinks. Now, what do we call backlinks? I'm going to explain to you. And if I don't explain, somebody should draw me back to it. So, why Google would actually give so much authority to some websites is because they are authorities in a specific niche or micro niche. Now, let's talk about, if you're not seen as authoritative in a space, or if a keyword SERP is search engine research pages, or I think it's research pages, yeah, are loaded with heavy sources you can't sorry, let me read that again. If you're not seen as authoritative in this space, or if a keyword set are loaded with heavy sources you can't compete with, like Forbes or Mayo Clinic, you have a low chance of ranking unless your content is exceptional. Now, what the paragraph is trying to say in terms of authority is that we know Forbes so well. Forbes writes about finance, they write about business, and we know Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic writes about health. Now, it is very, very hard, and mostly it is very unlikely for us to beat them in search ranking and in terms of authority. Why is it very hard for why is it very hard for us to beat them in search ranking and authority? Because almost everyone that writes for Forbes is an authority in that field. Probably they're an authority in finance, probably they're an authority in business. So it is very hard for somebody who is not an authority in that field writing about finance or business to be on number one page of Google or probably beat Forbes. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it actually takes a lot of effort. Now, for Mayo Clinic as well, Mayo Clinic writes about health. And for anyone who writes about health, it is very, very, very hard for you to beat Mayo Clinic in terms of health-related search topics. Now, anybody who wants to write about diabetics, you're writing about what health search terms? Probably about ladies and stuff like that, about men's health and stuff, women's health. It is very hard or mostly unlikely for you to actually beat somebody like Mayo Clinic, because Mayo Clinic has actually got an authority on the search intent, what people actually search for. So, how do you actually become an authority in this? How you can actually become an authority and probably for Google to rank you is probably if you are in line with the niche you're writing about. Probably, let's say you're a medical doctor now, and everything you've always written about and you've always known to write about is health. You're writing about diabetes, you're writing how a child can be cured of, probably cancer, you're writing about, no, I say cure of cancer, um, how cancer can be treated, you know, that is how Google tends to crawl your websites and probably give your website so much authority. Now, I spoke about backlinks. You know, what are backlinks? You know, the more you write about specific topics, the more people would actually start referencing your website and giving that link, giving that juice. You know, you provide a link to a website, and once you provide a link to your website, people will from there, from your website, go to that authority website. And let's say you're an authority in that field now, people would actually start linking to your website. So it start giving so much juice to your website. It start giving so much authority to your website. So that is basically what backlinks are. Backlinks is actually the numbers of websites connected to yours because you are an authority in that field, in that area. So that is what authority means, and that is probably what backlinks are. You know, by the time you start writing, you start understanding these search terms, and the more you actually start doing research, the more you understand as well. So the next one is volume. So we move to volume. So getting to the first page of search results is useless if no one is searching for the specific keywords. It is like setting up a shop in an abandoned town, completely pointless. Now, you want to set up a shop in a deserted town without people in. Doesn't really make sense. So it's the same thing applies to writing content. You can't just write your content blindly without doing your research. So it's important to choose target keywords with high volumes of searches. Volume is measured by monthly search volumes, which means the numbers of times keyword is searched per month across all audience. So you can't just write about a keyword that has a volume of 10, that has a search volume of 10 per month. It really doesn't make sense. Why will I go for something that has 10? I'm not saying it's not possible. Some people actually write about keywords that has only 10 search volumes per month because they feel that the more they write, keep on writing about it, the more people would search and stuff. But it actually takes time. Why do you want to waste your time? Why do you want to patch where there is no meat? So it's better for people to do their keyword research very well. Now, if you want to pick a topic to write about that has a greater search volume, you can be looking at probably search volumes of 200 and above. By the time I start showing you some of these tools now, you would understand it better. What search volume to take, what authority means, and what actually relevance means. I'm only picking these three because they are the major ones we should actually place our emphasis for now. And you've got the keyword difficulty as well, which is part of the elements. But we'll not be talking about the keyword difficulty for now until we actually know the tools or probably start using the tools we'll be talking about. But for now, we're just talking about the relevance, we're talking about the authority, and we're talking about the volume. So these are elements of keyword research. So, as I said, this is just, the theoretical part.